Now the world economy is under great pressure, and there are economic wars here and there. You are also a professor at Chinese University, so you may have a understanding of the brief situation of China, that China is working very hard to advance Chinese modernization. So how do you think that we can realize this goal with such an external environment? And what does Chinese modernization mean to the whole world?
Well, from a German perspective, Chinese modernization means exports of German machinery to China and making Germany rich. Not again, it is rich, but making Germany rich. So that we love the idea of China's modernization. I think the interesting thing is the sectoral change within China itself. China is switching from an industrial powerhouse to a technological powerhouse. And that means it loses employment in certain industries that move out to Thailand, to Vietnam, to India, to Myanmar, etc., so south of the border of China. For the world, it means that China will have a transition problem, not only in terms of the energy transition, but also structural transition. And I think this is something that is reflected in your present labor market statistics. So an unresty and unhealthy and an unstable international environment is, of course, in such a transition phase is more of a disaster than if you have a very stable, going concern economic environment. So China, I think, must have a huge flexibility in adjusting to that. And I think it may be that Europe is a good partner to that. You know, I think it's a good partner. And this is why, for instance, Germany did not want car tariffs, you know, that we say we compete and we understand that, for instance, certain things have been subsidized, because this is something every transitional country does. And if we say we want to transit a little bit more into chip factories, and we give 10 billion of euros to the Intel factory, we cannot complain about Chinese subsidies in the car industry. You know, everybody is sinning a bit. I think at the limit, German industry still sees China as an opportunity and not as a danger. Finally, I'm on the board of a big German bank, and we had a discussion about China at a board meeting a week ago. And it was very interesting to see, you know, that the boss of the bank said, you know, Asian countries, especially China, always wanted to learn from the best. Why do Europeans not learn from the best? That in certain cases is China today. And he gave one example of an investment of an industry where the plant was set up in 1 year. You know, and he said, you know, we know that there is a certain strategic risk in China, for instance, because of American policy. But speed is more important than risk. For German enterprises, they are still investing in China because they see that the opportunities of speed, getting fast to the market, getting equipment raised, getting the buildings built, etc., in a very short period of time is more important than waiting for the building permit for 4 years in Germany. And so the competitive advantage of China is speed and flexibility. And so the Chinese competitive position in that field will be preserved for some years to come.